All right. We are definitely going to do a chaos route because I think that'll go over the smoothest. I'm hoping it will. Um, God, this game. I don't know if I can get through it another another time. I remember when I started the stream, I was like, we're probably gonna do you know, three or no. I definitely said more than three. I was like, we'll probably do a bunch of routes. We'll do this one and this one and this one. Thinking I would bang them out in 5 hours each. And turns out it took 9 hours to get through two of them. Which is, you know, it should take 7 hours to get through one of them, and if you include the time it takes for breaks. But obviously, oh god, hold on. Obviously, that kind of fluctuates and god damn it, where did they go? Yeah, they are. Fluctuates and changes when you start to get tired and distracted. But oh dear, this is not good. Where'd that mirror go? Here it is. The good thing is I at least have to stay awake until 9 a.m. because I have to take my antibiotic. I have to. If I don't take it before I fall asleep, I'm screwed, but I can't take it before 9 a.m. God, and my face is bleeding because I accidentally scratched my face, and there was a zit there. Living the life, living the dream. God, there's a crater in my face now. And I don't have any band-aids. I've got to have a band-aid somewhere. This is ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to go patch up my face real quick. And after I get a band-aid on this, we will be back for for chaos shenanigans. But until then, do whatever awesome things you can do in 2 minutes. Alright. I don't know what kind of cool things you did in the past couple of minutes, but I put a Mickey Mouse band-aid on my face. It's probably a little bit too big and, you know, not the greatest, but you know what? It's better than nothing. And I'm sick of my face bleeding all the time, so leave it to being tired to accidentally scratch your face. Oh, I have sweet, delicious ginger ale again. I haven't had one of those since, I think it was like 11 o'clock at night. That was, 7 hours ago? Oh, alright. This is a fictional interactive narrative. Any characters resembling to real-life people are purely coincidental. Also, please know that the following game is made for PG-16 audiences. Please know that sexual/violent themes are explored in this game. Trigger warnings are abuse, implied rape, and suicide. And as I explained the first 2 times, the rape and suicide is expressly explained in Damien's route. We are not doing Damien's route, but there is abuse that is in the game that is messed up, because it's emotional and physical abuse from the main character's family. Rest in peace. Nobody dies, but, you know, like, rip. And, yeah, let's do this one more time. One more time. Dear God, this was such a stupid idea. Oh my God. Just 6 more hours, I can do it. We can do it, guys. Please enjoy.
Why, hello. My, aren't you a gorgeous sight? Can I be honored enough to know your name? A lovely name for a lovely person like you. Wonderful.
Eric, do your job.
Very well. This game was produced by Seraphim Entertainment under the direction of Michaela Laws and is powered by Ren'Py Visual Novel Engine. We truly hope you'll enjoy this story. I know I'll enjoy it since you'll be in it.
Eric.
Fine, fine. Farewell, my sweet.
Somewhere.
Come on! Is that all you got?
Wanna try me, asshole? Crap! Missed.
Let's retreat for now.
No kidding. Let's get out of here.
That's right. You better run, you stupid punks! Stay out of our territory!
Call it fate or call it coincidence, that one moment of violence started a chain of events I will never forget.
This formula, created in the 70s, is one of the most important in the field of financial theory. It is used to calculate the price of European-style options and is widely used by option marketers, though there are some discrepancies that are now corrected with the modern viewpoint.
I wonder if, like, this is actual, like, economics jargon, or if they just made it up. God, I'm gonna be burping a lot. I can already feel it. Thanks, Canada Dry. Rain. It's been a long time since we've gotten rain around here. Oh, my voice. Oh, there it goes. Oh, you heard it here first, folks. 6:12 a.m. The first true crack of defeat. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, boy. I don't know, guys. I don't know if we can make it through another 6 hours of this. Oh, my Lord. Oh, God. Ooh, oh, boy. Oh, no. We might have to tap out. I don't know, guys. 18 hours is pretty good. Rain. It's been a long time since we've gotten rain around here. But it is the season for rainy weather, so it's not exactly that surprising. Personally, I loved the sound of it. The way the raindrops fell, like the soft tapping of fingers. It was so soothing. Even looking at the droplets hit the glass of the window was strangely calming. For this reason, I felt lucky for having a seat next to the window, though I did spend more time staring outside than I did paying attention in class. Shares whiskey? Oh god. If I weren't sick, I might even attempt having alcohol to try and spice up the bullshit levels ace, but I can't risk staying up 24 hours while I'm still recovering of my bronchitis with alcohol. God. It's tempting. But no. What kind of whiskey is it, though? I think you said it's the brand earlier, but I don't remember. The lectures in class were pretty boring. Mrs. Phillips' voice wasn't soporific, but I just wasn't interested in what she was saying. And since it was the period right before lunch, all I could think about was doing other things in my free time. Honestly, I didn't really care much for economics. Sure, I had good grades in this class, but it was only because I read the textbook and did my assignments as I had to. Straight Jack? Nice. I was only taking this class because it was mandatory. If it were up to me, I would probably have taken another course. Luckily, it was my senior year, so after this semester, it would mean the end of high school courses forever. Thank God for that. I didn't hate high school. It was just kind of mundane how the days drifted on as there were no end to them. More for me. Hey! Don't rub it in, Ace. Don't rub it in. The only thing I really enjoyed about going to school was meeting my friends and hanging out with them. But that was kind of it. In short, I was done with high school. The start of a second semester brought a note of finality to it. I had already applied to many universities the semester prior, and I was expecting replies sometime in the next few months. It seemed like the start of something new, something that would change. That is, if things could change. I stared at the faint outline of raindrops in the distance. For now, I was stuck in this class.
Miss Anderson.
Rubs it till it burns. God damn you. If you make it to the end of this stream with me, one day, I will drink in your honor. But I don't know if either of us are going to make it to the end of this stream. Mrs. Phillips... See, this is why we're not going to get through. I could barely get through the opening of the game, and I've been through this more than any other part of the game. Mrs. Phillips' raised voice interrupted my train of thought. Just when I was thinking about class, I quickly turned my head to face the teacher. Hopefully she'd... Oh, no. You got work in 2 hours? Or 4? See? Math. Math is hard. Man, how are you gonna go to work? Haven't you been up, like, all night? Like, you've been here for a long time. I don't know how long. But you've been here for a while. And I respect it. But I don't condone it. Oh, man. Hopefully she didn't pick me just because she noticed that I was spacing out. Want to know a secret? Tell me the secret, Ace. Yes, ma'am?
Would you care to name the equation I set up on the blackboard?
Oh, I think I read about that in the textbook last night. It should be the Black-Scholes model formula. I don't sleep. I just close my eyes.
Very good as always, Miss Anderson.
Ha 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 hee hee hoo hoo ha ha ha. Anderson. It followed me wherever I went. Most people didn't really know me by my first name, but rather by my surname. No doubt, since the surname was trademark of the internationally famous and philanthropic Anderson Family Toys, and because the founder was my own grandpappy. Suzu, one of my best friends, turned around and proudly gave me a punch to the shoulder.
Kick ass, girl.
Yeah. From beside me, I heard Naomi, another one of my best friends, clearing her throat in obvious disapproval of Suzu's choice of words.
She means good job.
Wait, wasn't Suzu on the other side? The last time we played this? Wasn't she on the right and Naomi was on the left?
Miss Capini,
Oi!
care to tell me who the creators of this formula were?
Some guys named Black and Shoals.
She's not wrong.
Fisher Black and Myron Shoals.
You didn't even give her an opportunity to rethink her answer, Naomi.
Very good, Miss Patterson.
Show off. Better study next time, Suzu. Be like us and study once in a while.
Suzu rolled her eyes and slouched into her chair as Naomi gave her a small smirk. She always pouted when Naomi showed her up.
That's the end of today's lecture. Now, let's separate into groups and work on your projects. Remember, everything is due on Monday. Go ahead now.
Before I knew it, Suzu and Naomi had scooted their desks to align with mine, and we turned into the Three Musketeers. Whenever the teacher let the students decide on groups, we always grouped together in our little trio. It was a sheer stroke of luck that we all managed to be in the same class, so we had to at least take the opportunity and stick together as much as we could. Besides, we were most comfortable around each other than, say, compared to being around other classmates. It just made sense for us to put our heads together for any kind of project. I took out the poster we were working on and rolled it out, fucking crap. We were pretty much finished with fulfilling most of the guidelines for the project, though we did still have to add a few finishing touches here and there. I'm trying to hold it together, man. Oh no. I don't know if you guys heard that. Wow, okay. I'm just gonna pray that the mic didn't pick up what happened through the wall. But, I'm about to have the house to myself again, so there's that. I'm here for the memes. Are there memes? Do we have memes today? I have toasted O's. Oh man, what happened? Oh, if you didn't hear it, so I heard what I heard. What did you hear? I don't know what you heard. If you heard something, type it in chat, but I don't want to repeat it on stream if the microphone didn't pick it up. If the microphone didn't pick it up, then we're golden. After working on making the poster a bit prettier, we sat back and inspected our work to see what we still had to do. Naomi, as usual, was the first to look for any issues. She lightly tapped a pencil against her chin, staring intently at the project.
Alright, so let's see. We finished the budgeting
Sarcasm at
section,
its best?
building
Sure,
and the
I
cost
guess.
for labor. What else do we need?
Suzu straightened up to look at the poster and stroked her chin. After a few seconds, her face brightened and she spoke up.
How about a company name? Huh? Did we really skip over that? Of course we did. You always go straight into the logical statistics and stuff that you completely skip over the fact. We need a name for our project. At least we caught it this time. What do we name it? Not sure. What do you think?
We can call it the Mitty Freshland. It always came down to me. Whether there was something to be named or titled, I was the master in ending decision. Even when I didn't want to be.
I like Trinity Corporations. That is way too predictable. How about the Dragon Company?
What do dragons have to do with our project?
If it was just a knock, we're all good, Ace.
What? It's a totally unpredictable name. It's hot.
But I can always rewatch the VOD and see what the heck went wrong, if anything did at all.
But our company sells bubblegum.
Who said we can't produce spicy bubblegum?
Then again, nobody's gonna rewatch the VOD anyway, so I don't have anything to worry about.
Yeah. What do you think?
Oh my goodness, Susan and Naomi, like, just shut up and agree on something for once. Both of them looked at me expectantly, even though I wasn't quite sure myself. I didn't really want to choose sides, but if it were up to me, I'd say... The Dragon Company!
Booyah! Dragon Company it is!
Alright.
Making me
now that
work
we've
for no
decided on a
reason.
name,
I'm sorry,
now what?
Ace. I'm tired. I'm not thinking straight. As we ended our name game, a giggle scraggled my thoughts. Fucking shit. That's not what that said. Donde está?
Ignore it. It's just Lisette.
I looked over my shoulder to see her laughing with her circle of friends, mostly comprised of popular people that were practically friends with everyone in the school. And as a result, everyone in the school knew them. In the center of it all was Lisette White. Oh god, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Oh, it was just a burp. My bad. I'm sorry. Oh man. She sat with a posture that indicated she was still working, but that she also was ready to casually chat about her day. She had an endearing balance of charismatic and awkward, which was readily apparent whenever she first talked to someone. Man, you know, as tired as I am, I'm really excited that we can be full-on slappy in this, even though we're not slappy. Like, it's gonna be amazing. You're gonna love it, guys. It was easy to make her smile and laugh, and she was quite the comedian as well. Basically, she was perfect. Not that she was like a robot or something, but she was the student that everyone else wanted to be. Lisette was bright, easygoing, and above all, had her future laid out right in front of her. Unlike the average student, she knew what she wanted to do after high school, and as a result, she was very confident and ambitious. Though sometimes it could rub a lot of people the wrong way. That was all one sentence. It did not need to be one sentence. Moreover, I had known her ever since I was young, but it had ultimately resulted in a rivalry that continued on today. Of course, my friends knew what was between us, and upon seeing me glance at her, my neck hurts.
She doesn't even look like she's working, in my opinion.
We're gonna go to clicking with the mouse because it's too much energy to stretch my arm over to the keyboard to hit space.
She probably is, but she's too much of a stuck-up priss to allow herself to look like she's actually doing work.
Oh, come on, Suzu.
Ugh.
She may be a little off-putting, but she's not the giant priss that you're making her seem to be.
You sure, girl?
The day she isn't a priss is the day I turn into you.
Can't hear shirt? What do you mean? Like what? Like the microphone's busted? This is a new headset. It better not be broken. Ugh. Is that better? Is this better? What, the microphone's bad? I just got this. Man, this is like my favorite headset too. Well, not my favorite headset, but my favorite kind of headset. Well, that's fine. Can't pick up trash. It was a Garbo man. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore, Ace. I'm so fucking tired.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, I don't know, Suzu. I mean, Naomi.
It's about time. Let's bail.
So good it cancels noise good. Sure thing, Ace. Unsurprisingly, Suzu was the first one out of the classroom, slinging her backpack over her shoulder with ease as she quickly strolled out the door. So the knock was all when it comes to clarity. Why do I even try? Bro, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm so tired. I'm sorry, man.
Her seat isn't even closest to the exit, and she always manages to be the first one out of the door. I don't think I'll ever understand that.
I wish I was as fast as her getting out of here. No, it's fine. No need to go back in VOD. What do you... Oh, you're talking about the thing when it... Okay. Okay, I understand. I was very confused. I mean, I think I understand now. Thank you for checking, Ace. Oh man, going through this VOD is gonna be one hell of a journey. Oh man. No, you are not. No, I'm not. What? Bro. You gotta add context to what you're saying because there's stream delay. So I don't know if what you're talking about in response to whatever, because I don't know how your delay is. But yeah, is help where needed. Bro, I'm sorry. I don't know what you're on about. I truly do not understand. I'm trying my best here, but I can't understand what you're... I'm not picking up what you're putting down.
Oh, not you, too. She's turning you into a delinquent.
I am a delinquent, Naomi. I mean, it's a joke. Joke's on you, Naomi.
Well, it's not really funny.
Well, you're not really interesting as a character. How about that?
Man, you guys are slow. Are you coming or what?
We heard you the first time. Not everyone has rocket boosters attached to their legs when the bell rings.
Are you kidding me? That class was ridiculously boring. Even Miss Valedictorian here was dozing off a bit.
I'm definitely dozing off. I do have to admit I was spacing out. How too real, too true. And just because I answered one question doesn't mean I'm automatically the valedictorian.
Okay, so it wasn't too interesting. But you should at least pay attention when Phillips is talking about the important parts.
So you finally admit it. We're finally on the same club, Patterson.
Oh god, I'm so fucking confused.
Please, don't call me by my last name. This isn't the classroom.
Oh my god.
Never in a million years will we ever see things eye to eye.
Oh, my spine. You know, Ace, I think the problem here is you're drunk and I'm tired, and we're trying to communicate through stream delay. Despite this, they both burst out in laughter. Normally, anyone would think that opposites like them wouldn't ever associate with each other. But even though they were so Excuse me, I'm sorry. But even though they were so different, their friendship somehow made a lot of sense. Maybe they were just perfect compliments, or personality just didn't dictate the possibility of their friendship. After all, we three had been best friends since preschool.
Alright, so where are we heading to first? Cafeteria? I think we can all agree that we're really hungry, especially after hearing about our company's line of deliciously spicy bubblegum.
Who would even buy that? I wonder.
Me? I would pay good money to get a taste of it.
Haha, you do like spicy food after all. We entered the cafeteria, a bustling room filled with the aromas of different kinds of food. As we got in line, we ordered our meals and chatted freely.
Cajun fries and the spicy chicken burger for me. That's my definition of a good meal.
I'll take a tuna sandwich and some juice. You're probably going to need water or something to curb all that spicy flavor, Suzu.
I can't be tamed by the likes of that.
Ugh,
If it's spicy, then it's gotta be all or nothing.
You're crazy!
Hell yeah, I'm crazy.
I think I'm getting a migraine.
I think I'll go with, hold on, we're gonna save, in my experience last time, or the first time, if it's spicy, that's considered chaos, which is really stupid, but I guess it's not chaos. Gives my energy to Minty. Thank you, Ace. You taking one for the team. I respect that. Once we got our food. Oh god, I feel like my spine is melting. I'll get my 8th wind soon. I just need to keep going. Ugh. Do you remember when we were like 5 hours in? And I was like, oh my god, time is flying by so fast. What kind of dumb bitch was I 20-something hours ago? I mean, not 20. Fuck, I'm so fucking tired. Once we got our food, we settled down at one of the empty tables, putting our backpacks aside to finally dig into the food. Suzu leaned back in her chair, tilting it back so that we could rest her feet on the table.
Alright then.
By her
Is there
food.
anything we want to talk about?
Bored already?
I know. Let's talk about
Say
Anime!
boys ever again.
Aw, why not?
What's so interesting about talking about guys? It's not like any of us are gonna get boyfriends anytime soon.
Suzu is such a lesbian, like,
We don't know that. What if one of us does get a boyfriend?
what a lesbian.
Like that's going to happen, Naomi. Look at us. I'm a tiny Italian. You're a ditzy blonde.
Hey!
No offense. And Anderson here. Well, I guess she could land a boyfriend or girlfriend if she wants.
Or girlfriend?
She can be a lesbian if she wants.
Yeah, Naomi.
True.
That's okay, Suzu. I'm not sure I want a boyfriend yet.
Why not? It's our senior year. Might as well get a boyfriend.
Maybe she's just not interested in a relationship, Suzu.
Well, it wasn't really that I didn't want a relationship, but there was no one interesting enough to be in a relationship with. Don't get me wrong, I'm an open person, but there are not many interesting guys in the school to go out with. Who knows? Time will tell. Naomi looked at me, wanting to continue the conversation. However, before she could speak, the speakers in the cafe started up, and an announcement echoed through the cafeteria.
Miss Anderson, please come to the main office immediately. Please bring your things with you.
Oh my.
Looks like our plans have been cut short. The men in white coats have finally come to get you.
Thank you, Suzu.
Suzu, don't joke around.
What if
it's
my
serious.
grandpa's dying?
Fine. If something happens, just call us.
Funny enough, something did happen. And it was certainly no laughing matter. Cold. It was really cold. The rain became heavier that afternoon, accompanied by rolling thunder now and then. The skies had turned dark, though I couldn't see any of it under the black umbrella. Not that I was looking up. In fact, looking up was the exact opposite of what I wanted to do. Stared at the grass beneath my feet, unable to look up at the people weeping around me. All I could see was the damp grass underneath my feet. Only the monotone eulogies that floated through my ears reminded me that I was at a funeral. It was only when the speeches ended that I finally was able to raise my head. A small gathering of people, mostly made of relatives that I didn't even know were my relatives, were huddled around a simple small grave. For a while, all I heard was the sound of raindrops on umbrellas. If it weren't raining, everything would probably be in a heavy silence. I looked up beside me, where my father was standing and holding up a large black umbrella for our small family of 3. His face was motionless, a strange sight next to my weeping mother. I wondered what was going on through his mind. After all, etched into the smooth gray tombstone before us was his father's name. My grandfather, the one who raised me like his own daughter, had passed away that day. The ceremony was small. Only close family were allowed to come. Slowly, though, people began to leave, leaving my father, I'm so sorry, mother, and I behind at the grave. Also, did they do a Ancestry.com check for everybody who showed up at the funeral? Be like, are you sure you're related to this guy? Oh, sorry, your fifth cousin's not close enough. Not close enough. Can't come. Can't be here. You gotta go behind the rope, sir. Whoa. A man dressed in a clean black suit under the uniform, black umbrella. The funeral attendees walked towards us, introducing himself as grandfather's lawyer. He pulled out a few documents from his suitcase and began to read aloud its contents.
And now, I shall read Harold
God, that
Anderson's
was loud.
last will and testament.
Only my parents and I were allowed to be present for my grandfather's will. It was under the strict request of his lawyer, and there was a reason why.
And to my dearest granddaughter, I give my estate. All the furniture and decor that resides within the house shall also be given to my granddaughter.
Do you remember that book series called The 39 Clues where some rich dude died and all of his family, even the super distant family were all called in and the will was read and it was by the way, if you want the fortune, go find these 39 clues. And it's really dangerous, and there's fucking puzzles and shit. And it was this 12-year-old girl and this 8-year-old boy or whatever were okay, we're gonna do this. And they have to, I don't know, fight their family members or whatever. And solve riddles and shit. And there's a million books. Kind of the Magic Treehouse books where there's just so many fucking books in the series. That's what this reminds me of, because it's oh, only you guys can hear it. No one else can. As if it's going to be a 39 Clues thing where they're going to be no, I want the estate. I want the servants, the man-slaves who are in the estate, bleeding to death as we speak. What? I couldn't believe my ears. I had earned the family estate at 18. That was impossible, and yet it was written by my own grandfather's hand.
He passed the family estate to
Ow,
her?
I hit my
Why
elbow.
am I not surprised?
Dear.
John.
Well, did he say anything about what will become of the CEO and chairman position of the Anderson Toys Company?
No. It is presumed that the vice chairman will succeed the position.
Even to the bitter end, he wouldn't give in. What a stubborn old man.
I mean, if he didn't want you to be CEO when he was alive, why would he want you to be CEO when he was dead? Fucking dumbass. Oh. Shaking his head, my father turned to face my mother with a serious expression on his face.
About the estate. Should we send her there to get used to the building? It'll be a good place for her to live after high school.
Are you sure we should?
Why not? This would be a good experience for her.
Honey, what do you think?
I really wasn't sure what to say. Why did my grandfather think I was the appropriate heir to the mansion? Was I even ready to live on my own?
Well, that seems to be it. We'll be taking our leave now. I'm sure the little heiress needs some time to adjust.
God, this guy's such a
David.
douche. Even though she raised her voice, my dad wordlessly began walking back to the car, disinterested. Who's got the umbrella? Like, button, who's got the button? Who's got the fucking umbrella? Was it Dad? Was it Mom? Is it me? They never fucking explain. One of us is gonna be soaked when we get home, and I don't know who it is. Because, well, whatever.
Don't mind him, honey. I think that your grandfather's passing really affected him. Why don't we get back home for now?
You can go on to the car. I think I need time alone with Grandpa.
Oh, of course. Take all the time you need.
She gave me a quick hug and hurried after my dad. I looked around the funeral grounds, which were completely empty, save for the solemn-looking grave that was... Ow! I fucking kicked my computer tower. I'm sure that if Grandpa were in charge of arranging all this, it would have been much different. It was blatantly obvious that my dad was in charge of the whole affair. Who else would bury their own family the same day they passed away? Someone who's trying to cover up a murder, probably? Everyone knew my grandfather's love for toys, and yet the grave was a mere stone slab on the ground, void of any children's toys. My dad didn't even bother putting flowers. His disdain for my grandfather was almost pitiful. Sorry, Grandpa. I tried to force out some words, but the only thing that came out was a choked sob. You told me to stay strong, but right now I'm the furthest from it. Like that one time a long time ago. Grandpa.
Oh, it's so good to see you again, sweetie.
This is probably the one track in this game that I absolutely hate. It sucks. I hate it. It just... Ugh. This has to be royalty-free shit they got. I refuse to believe this was composed. It's too annoying. I hate it. I was swept into a giant bear hug, and we both laughed as he swung me around like an airplane. It was one of my favorite things about seeing my grandfather, the way he greeted me. Unlike my father, my grandfather was loving and playful even as I grew older. Sorry that Dad couldn't be here. He said he wasn't feeling good. It's always been like that. Dad missed every visit to Grandpa's house, citing that he was busy with work or wasn't feeling well.
Is that so? Well, that's okay. Daddy can come around next time. And you're here, right?
Yeah. So what are we doing today, Grandpa? Mom says that there's a new dessert cafe open in town. Maybe we could go.
Oh, I would love to. But I've been so busy with the company these days. We're actually working on a little something. Would you like to see?
Yes. Is it a toy?
It is. I was designing a new line of them. But I feel like something's missing. You don't think you could help me out, could you?
I just realized this is the same tune as her phone. Her phone ringtone. But really slow, and it's not the stupid rock band thing. Like, I can't believe I only just now noticed that, but it's the same fucking song. Damn. He placed the toy in my hands with a smile, and I inspected it carefully. It was beautifully crafted, and obviously a lot of work was put into it. There was one thing, though.
So, what do you think?
I think that the heart on its chest should light up when you hug it. It'll be like it's alive, and it can be like a little nightlight before you sleep. He stroked his chin, considering my input while nodding his head. After a few moments of silent deliberation, he turned to me with a chuckle.
That's a great idea. I'll get to changing it right away. You're always like my little lucky charm, dear. You always know what to add to make the perfect toy.
I guess. Well, I hope I can be like you one day, Grandpa.
You want to make toys as well?
Well, making people happy is the best feeling in the world. I don't know if I want to make toys when I grow up, though.
Don't worry too much about it. You have plenty of time to decide. Besides, you should do what makes you happy as well.
Alright, robot Grandpa. That makes sense. Eddie doesn't think of me in the same way, though.
Your father. I'm sure he just wants the best for you.
He's a douchebag, and you fucking know it. You raised the little cocksucker.
Sweetie.
I'm not sure about that. He bent down to look at me eye level with a serious look on his face.
As much as your father may say something that doesn't make sense now, you must remember that he's always thinking about you. He loves you. There's no doubt about that. And you need to love him just as equally.
Alright, sure. I don't hate Daddy. I really do love him. I don't know why he's like this, though.
Your father and I have had some difficulties with each other in the past. But it's nothing that you should be concerned about.
Okay. I had heard tidbits of this from my mother and various other people. The only people who had stayed quiet were my father and grandfather. Both of them refrained from saying a word on the subject matter, but it was clear that whatever happened had set up a wall between them. It's hard, though, trying to pretend as if nothing were wrong.
However, no matter what, you have to stay strong. You're a big girl already, and, well, there'll come a day when it seems like it's you against the world. But always remember that your family and friends will be here with you.
I'm still waiting on that eighth wind to come around and wake me up.
Daddy, Mommy, your friends at school, me, we'll stand together to get through it.
Okay.
Because we'll
How
be right.
can you be
here
sure?
And here.
I didn't mean to click, but by the time I did, it was too late. Pointed his finger to my head first, and then pointed at my chest.
So stay strong. Promise?
Pinky swear, and all that. For a moment, he looked almost sad, pleading. But as quickly as it had come, the expression disappeared from his face, and he was all smiles once again. Promise. Upon hearing that, Grandpa let out a great burst of laughter and stood up.
All right, then. Enough of that. How about I whip up some special homemade dessert? I know I can't accompany you at that new cafe, but we sure can talk and eat while I cook and do some paperwork.
Homemade dessert? I'll race you to the kitchen.
Hey, slow down there. I'm not what I used to be.
That's just a terrible line, and I didn't want to hear it again. You willed me the very home I love to see you in. Why? Why would you think I'd be ready to take it, especially after this? Why is it that every time main character comes to her fucking grandfather's grave or thinks about her fucking grandfather, it's a surge of anger bubbled within me, but then I quickly swallowed it because there's no use in getting mad, especially when the person in question was no longer there. Like, that's basically how every fucking interaction, either with this grave or thinking about her dead fucking grandfather, goes. Like, Jesus Christ, you can't just be angry at people for being dead as if, like, it fucking means something. Like, oh, wow, like, your grandfather didn't fucking plan any of this shit, alright? He probably didn't think you would inherit the fucking estate at 18. He probably thought you'd be older, and you know what? He didn't plan any of the bullshit you relate him to throughout this fucking game. Every time you think about him and just randomly get angry and then decide, oh, I'm not angry, and have some weird, charming, like, happy, oh, I love Grandpa. Like, you're so shallow. God. What does fucking Grandpa ever do to deserve this bullshit? I'm sorry. It's hard to stay calm when you've left me with so many questions. especially about what happened between you and Dad. What am I doing? Talking to a grave. My vision blurred, and I suddenly realized that I was crying. My face heated up as tears rolled down my cheeks. I'll bring you some flowers later. I miss you, Grandpa. I'll try my best to fulfill my promise I gave to you, even if the world might be turned against me. I left the grave, wiping my tears hastily so my parents wouldn't see. So, do you have the umbrella then? Because if so,
Well, it's time
Dad
to
and
head back
Mom are
home.
soaked.
I'll cook up your favorite lasagna when we get home, okay?
Thanks.